Here's a quick audit any HVAC contractor can do to see why they're not appearing in their local map pack. We've set our location to Oak Ridge, North Texas, United States, and I've simply gone onto Google and typed in AC repair near me. We have the sponsor results here, and then below we have the map pack right here. Today we're looking at why Hal Watson Air Conditioning Company are not appearing here, despite their business address being literally just next to our map pin right there. Now, the first tell will be to look at their main service category. Here we have air conditioning repair service twice, and then HVAC contractor. Hal have theirs as air conditioning repair service. The next thing I'll look at is reviews. All of these businesses here have a fair amount of reviews. It's not always about the amount of reviews. Sometimes you can see businesses with literally thousands, tens of thousands of reviews. And you kind of wonder to yourself, do they actually have all of that business? Because to get that many reviews, they need to be chucking out that workload. And Hal have roughly a similar amount of reviews, 469. They're kind of there or thereabouts. There must be something else at work here. If we look at their reviews now, just click on here, and you can do this test as a contractor yourself. Just click on newest. The last review was a month ago. So when it says a month ago, it means it was over a month ago. In the last 4 weeks, they've had 0 reviews come in, which is obviously a bad sign. And review velocity is important. It's about just having a steady stream of consistent reviews over time. They had a bad review here and they've responded to it, but it's more about that review velocity. And if we look at AOT Mechanical, who have less reviews, they had one a day ago. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reviews in the last month already. And that's a massive difference. And if we look at Total Air AC Repair, in the last month, there's one here 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 reviews they've received over the last month. So if I was Hal Watson, I would definitely look at my review velocity, because as we just looked there, it's a clear reason, which is maybe why not ranking in the map pack as high as they should be. The next thing I'll look at is the actual services they have that they do. If we click on their services here, so what a lot of businesses do, they just chuck in a load of keywords, and often a load of those keywords just don't really make sense or aren't really a service or even a service they do. So it's really important to just have the services in there that you actually do. The next things I'll look at is just some of their citations. So some important ones we can see here are Yelp. You often see Yelp popping up for most queries. Let's see if Yelp's, here we go. So AC Repair near me is literally the #1 spot. So you'll always find these popping up now, top 10 best AC repair companies in this city. So, if you're a HVAC contractor, it's really important to have a Yelp profile and to be optimizing that profile. So, doing some SEO on it, adding up-to-date pictures, and also driving reviews to that. So it's just really important to check some of these details. For example, the phone, the NAP looks pretty consistent. What I would work on is the reviews. They've got 17 reviews and a 3.6 star rating. So if you're a customer and you're looking at a HVAC contractor, let's go on to this Yelp profile here. If it's me, I tend to look at that review, that average review count, because, I'm not going to go for someone that has a pretty bad or pretty average review score. And already we can see a few other ones here. Obviously that's sponsored. They've got 18 reviews, but 4.9 stars as opposed to Hal's 3.6. So for example, for me, I'm already looking at one of these higher scorers, 4.9. Let's see if Hal's in this top 10 list. No, they're not on this top 10 list. So another important profile to have is the Better Business Bureau. So they do have one, but it looks like it's not been touched for a while. and they've only got I think it's a B- score. So business BBB has their own kind of scoring system, and they're scoring a B- because it had this complaint back in 2023, which they did not respond to. So if I was them, I'll definitely look at jumping onto their profile here and seeing what can be done to optimize that. The final thing I look at on the business profile is the pictures. They only have 11 photos. And if we look at these photos, they're all just mega generic. This is just of an AC unit, and these are just all logos. You know, you need images of you on jobs, of your vans, of your team, to really build that trust with someone. And also just adding images over time just really emphasizes that active business profile to Google. A good way to do this is just to have a shared drive folder. So every time you or a tech goes on a job, they just take pictures, you know, of the scene, of the repair work they're doing, of maybe their van, of them, and then they just upload them to this drive or this folder once a week. And then literally that communal folder just builds and builds with all these images, all these pictures of jobs being done, the team, etc. And then one person can just over time just add those to your different profiles, Google Business, Yelp, social media, etc., etc. And if we actually look at how Watson's air conditioning local grid rankings, it kind of paints the picture. You can see around their business area, they are ranking number one, literally right next to it. Then it rapidly drops off as we go further and further away. That's it for this video. If you want more HVAC contractor marketing and SEO tips, then hit that follow button.